I decided to do a video about Islam in Western Europe and the general demographics of that topic in that region. This video is about the Muslim population of several Western European countries. I thought it would be interesting to go over the presence of Islam and the Muslim demographics of Western Europe by each individual country. It's always important to get perspectives on these kinds of topics, so I thought I would present this significant information to the best of my understanding. To most properly gauge this topic, this list has two different measures of two related but separate things. For each country, I will first list the proportion of the population who are of ancestry from historically predominantly Muslim ethnic groups. Then I will state the proportion of the adult population who say they believe in Islam as their religion in polls or surveys. These two measures can be different. The data for this list comes from Wikipedia. I get my numbers for the first list by adding up all the specific ethnic populations in each country as listed in their Wikipedia articles. The figures for the second list come from polls and surveys listed on the Wikipedia pages on religion in each country. Since there are multiple polls on each page, I sometimes have to make my best guess on which individual poll seems most relevant or accurate to me. In Italy, 2 million people, or 3% of the population, are descended from the relevant ethnic groups. These are mainly from Albania, Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. The proportion of the population who say they believe in Islam as their religion is 3%. In Spain, 4% of the population, or 2 million people, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Morocco and Algeria, and 3% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Switzerland, 7% of the population, or 600,000 people, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly Kosovo Albanians and Turks, and 5% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In France, 6.5 million people, or 10% of the population, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Turkey, and Egypt. And 6% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Austria, 8% of the population, or 700,000 people, are of descent from the relevant ethnic groups, mainly Turks, Bosniaks, Albanians, Syrians, and Afghanis. And 8% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Germany, 7.5 million people, or 9% of the population, are descended from such ethnic groups. They are from Turkey, ethnic Albanians, and from Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, and Bosniaks. 6% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Belgium, 700,000 people, or 6% of the population, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Morocco and Turkey, and 5% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In the Netherlands, 1 million people, or 6% of the population, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Morocco, Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, and 5% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In the United Kingdom, 4% of the population, or 2.7 million people, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iraq, and including ethnic Turks, not necessarily all from Turkey itself. And 4% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Denmark, 4% of the population, or 250,000 people, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, and 3% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. In Sweden, 750,000 people, or 7.5% of the population, are descended from such ethnic groups, mainly from Turkey, Iraq, Syria, Iran, Afghanistan, and including ethnic Bosniaks. And 2% of the population say they believe in Islam as their religion. The country with the highest ethnic ancestry population measure is France at 10%, followed by Germany at 9% and Austria at 8%. The country with the highest proportion who believe in Islam as their religion is Austria at 8%, followed by France and Germany at 6%. The country with the biggest gap between the ancestry and religion figures is Sweden with a gap of 5.5 points, followed by France with a gap of 4 points and Germany with a gap of 3 points. The reason for the large gap in France and Germany might be the relatively older immigrant origins of those two countries' Muslim communities compared to the other countries, with both dating back into the 1960s. Therefore, a higher proportion of the population will be later generations, which will be more secularized. I am unsure why the gap is so large in Sweden. Overall, I hope this video gives you a comprehensive picture of the demographic state of Islam in Western Europe. Please share this video, like, subscribe, comment, or go to my main channel page for more videos.